I don't know.
Actually,
I think my
this is a DOS
favorite,
game. I don't know. I can't be
my favorite
fussed to go
Halloween
to the other computer.
memory would be we were down to like nothing. Like the kids had cleaned us out, and so all I had was like a handful of change, and a bunch of teenagers came, and the only one who was wearing a costume was a teenage boy wearing a banana suit, like giant banana boy. And he looked like he had life in him, which was great, but he was also behind the group, so as I'm doling it out, I'm realizing that I really don't have enough for all of these kids, who admittedly are being very, gracious, and I found the teenagers in their later teens tend to be the coolest group of, like, kids who go trick-or-treating. Because when they're in their, like, early teens...
I'm gonna let you continue.
Okay, I'm doing it because I know you're installing.
Yeah, I'm like, installing it, but,
there's just Banana
we'll be playing
Boy.
Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
Which, Deb won't like, and I probably won't like for different reasons.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm doing it with her.
So we will both suffer. No, so I only had enough change for one or the other, so it was Banana Boy or his buddy, I'm assuming. I'm hoping. And I was like, and here, fight it out amongst yourselves.
French?
And they decided to actually fight. The banana and the other teenage boy just start wrestling on the front yard. And it was the best thing.
This is really advanced for a DOS installation program.
Yeah.
This makes me really wish I'd run it on the computer back there.
It's too late now. You can never do anything ever again.
What's the system requirements for this?
Oh. The little kids are cute on Halloween too.
What was the processor for the IBM PC AT?
What's great is that you go, oh, you're Elsa? Yes. Oh, and you're Anna. Anna. And it's like, oh, sorry kid, I remembered the spelling of the name. But it is very funny to watch 4-year-olds get super indignant. It's like, good for you, call me out. I mispronounced her name.
$286. So it might actually run on the one computer I can actually record from. Well, no, I can record from...
Press OK.
I'm probably not gonna like it anyway.
That's the spirit.
But no, like, really, like...
Oh, man.
Eye motion?
It's been 13 o'clock. Okay.
What is Jack?
So, sitting there waiting for the bank teller to finish up in the,
It started!
in the bank, drive-thru, and this older lady comes lightly jogging up and goes to the other window. And I just thought that was awesome. It's like, yeah, why not? Don't have to wear a mask if you've got an entire glass pane separating you two. And she rocked. I don't know who she is, but she rocked.
Oh, special thanks to H.P. Lovecraft.
I hate it. Also,
Distributed
what did
by-
they do to this book? Did they individually crinkle every page? Oh.
So I can either play...
be a lady!
Okay.
The attorney's letter came as a deep shock to me. My Uncle Jeremy had died by his own hand. The coroner's report was unequivocal. He hanged himself in the loft. My initial surprise and distress past, I considered the news. It seemed clear that Derceto had exercised a thoroughly morbid influence on my uncle's mind.
I have to fix the geometry of my display.
The geometry is what's wrong.
Shut up.
I don't know why they give them southern accents. What is it with southern accents in this kind of game?
What do you know about notebooks?
I don't know, there's something just so over the top about the way that they do that. Like, I'm sure that there are people who sound sort of like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a fake southern accent.
That creaking old mansion with its unusual tales, its secret library door, the ancient upstairs clock, all those occult books that my uncle could not resist reading in spite of his fragile nerves. Fate had pointed its finger. Derceto had trapped its prey. Mr. McCarthy, the family lawyer, suggested selling the old house. I immediately opposed the idea. My duty is clear. I must go to Derceto. I tremble at the thought of those dark corridors, those brooding portraits. Yet I am convinced that Uncle Jeremy left a note, a letter of some kind explaining his fateful decision.
I mean, I don't know why I believe that.
But I remember...
Look at the piano, Emily. Look harder.
Maybe
oh my gosh.
Will yield up an explanation. I have the feeling things will not be so simple.
I wonder if the secret drawer in the piano is going to be
containing more mysteries. Jeremy taught me that much.
Jeremy didn't do much.
Now is the time to confront the mysteries.
Okay, is this like the third time she's said that?
I pray that my fear is nothing more than the fruit of my imagination. Nothing will ever persuade me that my uncle was insane.
I do declare.
Why did he, according to the police report, block the loft window with the old wardrobe?
We're all wondering that, Emily.
So far, this is...
Is the car running? Like going...
No.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh man,
not
the
properly
realism.
aligned.
Oh man, the realism.
Oh man, this was like early 90s. This would have been like
I
around
take it
the
all
same
back.
time
I'm
that like
sold.
Doom.
I think that we can only aspire to this level. Listen to those sound effects. They aren't even bothering to use people's voice. Oh
Ooh.
gosh. I mean, oh, scary.
Okay, so this is survival horror.
Oh, yeah.
Like survival
I
horror
keep forgetting
games don't
that it's not a mystery.
Survival horror games don't necessarily have to actually be scary. They just have to use spooky themes well.
Like, here's my thing. She kept saying the word mystery, and so my stupid brain kept assuming that that meant that this game was in any shape or form going to be a mystery game. Although
with
the fact
survival
that she
horror, you
solved
need to have like a little bit of mystery.
the mystery being, will I survive? Oh, lady, you can get murdered. I have never seen. Who would make a nice statue that holds the sword up like this instead of down.
I think the question is more, who would oil the arm of one of them while standing directly in front of the blade?
Yeah, didn't Laura Bow do
Yeah.
that? Like,
Yeah.
god dang, that woman. It was so hard keeping her alive.
Oh my gosh, how long are we just gonna watch this woman walk? Okay.
I kind of wish I'd maybe play as a boy, because with how much I'm going to mock this game, it feels mean. So we won't mock the woman, we're gonna mock the game. And the accent. Because there's been a murder. A murder in Savannah.
I kinda need to know if there are keys I'm missing.
Go to the piano and find the missing...
By the way, why are we
Whatever.
starting in the attic? Why did she go directly to the attic?
Oh, I don't know. Because we needed to watch her walk through the house. Maybe so we knew how big the house was? Maybe that was the logic? They were like, no one's gonna guess that there's more than one floor of this 3-story house.
An oil lamp. So I'm guessing there's a limited inventory like in Resident
Fight.
Evil.
No, the actions. You can choose the action fight. No, move the cabinet or whatever. Like, is this where she was... Aw, you can play with the rocking horse! I take it all back, I love this game! I live for that kind of detail.
Okay, so spacebar. Oh my gosh.
That's so cute!
Her face!
You said it was horror.
Also, this is what happens when you hold down spacebar. Uh-oh. Spoopy thing incoming.
Is that Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Uh-oh.
Press fight. No, you have actions on that screen with the oil can. Peter, the screen with the oil can, access it. Oh, you're trying to learn by just pressing random buttons? That works.
Oh my gosh.
Because one of the actions is fight.
Yeah, like... Look, you hold down spacebar...
And she just kicks. I think the real mystery here is what's her skirt made out of? Because as someone who has worn a skirt before, they're incredibly difficult to wear when kicking demons in the head. Fight.
How do I search? How do search?
Oh.
Who? Oh.
So you can toggle the sound.
Okay.
So anyway. Yesterday we talked about Charles Dickens. So I think it's only fair to talk about washcloths today. See, the number of sizes that you can get when it comes to the different kinds of towels is fantastic. I mean, the variety we have, incredible. You've got like beach blanket size, where not only is the size different, but like I feel like beach blankets just normally are sillier than normal blankets because you've got to have some goofy pattern on them. I don't know if that's a requirement, but that's what I've seen.
Oh. Oh, I found a rifle.
Fight!
Wait, did I accidentally turn the music off, or is there just...
I don't know. Were you digging the music? Can you put that poor thing out of its misery? I think the... Well? What? Oh man.
Okay, so...
I hate it. It's better than I expected and still terrible.
Oh gosh.
Just jump down the laundry chute.
Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, the rifle is empty.
You dead. Do you just have like infinite life? You feel weak. You feel weak.
Ah.
I like that it
It
taunts
wouldn't
you.
let me...
This is the worst.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you hate it when you're just casually strolling away from an undead monster? The old
I'm
lady at the
pushing
bank walked faster than this.
I'm pushing this thing around.
She
Oh,
wasn't
hey.
that old.
The piano.
Oh hey, there's a secret compartment or something. Oh yeah, push that in front of the window, I guess.
Okay, it's not letting me do anything with the piano.
Push the wardrobe in front of the window.
No, in front of the window.
Or not, I guess. So, here's my thing. Games where the only objective is to not die just aren't terribly fun to me. Because it's like, okay, well, I can win then by not playing your game.
That's not real. Survival horror is about, you know, making it to the end. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, you just like calmly sauntered away from that dude. So.
Yeah! And like, I don't have a gun anymore.
I don't know, this is so outside the realm of things that I find even remotely interesting. He's strong for such a scrawny little zombie.
So is this the death scene?
Oh, that's nice. They give you a little funeral. I don't like that.
I
Hate
don't know. I don't know about this game.
Was it fun?
At times.
On my door, a dull brass plate says Private Detective.
Wait, he gets to
Few
be a
friends I
private
have
detective?
Call me Carnby. The others call me the Reptile. I don't care to think what my banker calls me. These days, I leave my letters unopened.
Wait, it's a different
Bills and
story
threats
for
to
both
send
of
into
them.
receivers
Generally.
ruin my day.
Really?
I mean, that's what
The
was
antique dealer
for,
called
like,
Oh.
Resident Evil
Gloria
2.
Allen contacted me. I slipped into my best shirt.
Here I was
bolstered my
thinking that it was
38,
really
and
cool
got
that...
to her shop as fast
I mean, I guess
as
it's
could.
nice that you can
I was
play different
expecting
games,
something
but...
sordid. Blackmail, probably.
I think you start
Man, this is
out
so
in the
boring.
same place.
Boy, was I wrong.
By the way, why doesn't he have a dumb
What
accent?
I was asked to do was visit a
Well,
property
an obviously
called
put on
Seto
accent.
and find a piano in the loft. It was an old piano. with
Why do they
secret
talk
chords.
so slow?
The kind people who buy stuff in antique stores go crazy over. The Giusetto house is supposed to be piled high with classy junk.
Okay.
Furniture, books, painting.
Like, if the voice actor is reading slower than my 6-year-old niece,
I was going to
who
bring up the
reads
subject
words
of money.
phonetically.
Gloria Allen handed me $100.
Admittedly, I
Ah,
could probably read this faster.
Kept
You could
myself from
100%
grinning
read
at the
this
thought of my
faster.
banker's surprise. He doesn't like his
Ugh.
victims getting open. I looked over a
oh my
copy.
gosh.
My report.
I promise you, nothing he said was interesting enough to... Well, I mean... wow, he looks even worse. So apparently the skirt was hiding a multitude of sins on the developer's end. Yikes.
Oh, really? We don't start out with a gun. Okay. Oh my
No, you
gosh.
found the gun in the chest, remember?
Oh my gosh. His fight animations are even worse. It's
Oh.
like the Monopoly man getting into a brawl.
What I'm wondering though is, what's the point of all this?
I don't know.
I wonder if I could look up what's the point of this. But I'd have to know what the name of the game is.
Alone in the dark. Also, I can't open this. Why can't I open the chest?
I don't know, you had problems with that before too. So it isn't actually different though, like, because I was like, oh okay, so it's a different story, he'll end up in a different place with a different objective, but like, no! He ends up in the same place as she does, so what was the point of the story? God, that's an ugly thing. Oh, it's critically acclaimed, so apparently someone liked it.
I mean, it sold well enough to get a sequel, but that doesn't necessarily mean...
It is considered the
Much.
first 3D survival horror game,
Mm-hmm.
published in 1992, so like it has every right to be hideous. Wow,
is it
its
dead?
wiki is garbage. For being critically acclaimed, it seems that no one was writing. Well, it's an older game, so they probably went to some smaller website.
How do you open... I was able to open the crate before,
Yeah.
and I did it by pressing space.
You pressed a lot of buttons. Yeah, you kick that guy. Just keep kicking. Kick, kick, kick.
this is so stupid.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Oh, this person is just roasting. So I found a guide on Game FAQs.
Game facts.
And this person says, this game has spawned several inferior sequels. And at least one of them was also called simply Alone in the Dark, released in 2008. Please do not confuse the two. They have nothing in common, and this guide solely refers to the 1992 game. It was very innovative for its time, probably the first in the survival horror genre. The 3D polygonal
Polyhedron.
in tiny print graphics were also ahead of their time. If you like games such as Silent Hill or Resident Evil, this is where it all started. So we can blame them. None of the sequels, in this person's opinion, have so far been anywhere near as interesting and groundbreaking. So, I mean, this is already kind of like the most interesting game I've ever played. So, it's normal that it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, you approach something and press space.
Oh, you can run. Push the up arrow twice. Keeping it pushed the second time. Do you feel like that's running?
No.
This may take you a few tries before you figure out the correct speed to make it work. And you need to be able to perfect it because in certain areas you need to run. Enter accesses the menu in your inventory. The number next to your character is your energy, and when you reach 0, you die. So you have fight, open, search, close, or push. So I think you have fight engaged right now. So you need to switch it to open.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is kind of the best game, so don't knock it.
I still can't get him to...
If you want to fight, it is slightly more complex. Keep the spacebar pressed to put your character into his fighting stance. Now, while still pushing the spacebar, also keep one of the directional arrows pushed in to
Indian
attack.
cover?
Okay, random. Up or down arrow will give you a kick. And if he's too close, you can't kick him. Or whatever. And you punch with the left or right arrows. Space bar to get ready to use the gun. Left or right to position yourself so you can have good aim. And up to fire. Save often, and save often are the general tips. And unpredictable instant deaths are unfortunately common. The game designers expected you to do a lot of trial and error here.
Oh my gosh, Deb.
Yes.
Look what happens when you Hold down space.
He's in his fighting stance.
This is... I have search engaged.
Oh. He's just trying to find his way. Can't make fun of a man for that.
Oh my gosh. Oh, push. Push is a separate action.
Yeah. So I was right. You were supposed to push it in front of the window.
Oh, I bet you can avoid that first encounter if you do that. Oh, and then you avoid the zombie encounter by pushing the chest.
Feel my way through the darkness.
What?
Just the
Oh.
weird way he was pushing.
Okay. So now what?
You might prefer to fight the monsters for some reason.
Well, it's a survival horror game, so in general you want to avoid combat wherever possible, because then you'll...
Okay, so you found an old Indian cover. Did you get the oil lantern?
Yeah.
Those are the only important things in here. Go to the end of the room near the rocking horse. You're supposed to be able to magically understand that there's a staircase there.
There's a door.
Maybe it's behind the door?
I couldn't do anything by the door. Oh my gosh, look at his eyes.
Those are normal eyes of a normal person. Yeah, if you can't run, I think you're gonna die.
Yeah, they're...
Maybe that's the
I've tried
staircase?
slow, I've tried fast.
Well, maybe you have to push the door. Did you have push?
Oh my gosh. So help me if...
Or maybe open.
Open slash... Yeah, no. Or wait. Oh. Okay.
I don't like his bow tie.
Because here's the thing, I love some of the artwork.
Yeah, that face is really something.
What? Wait, no, sir. That's not what I wanted you to do. Found a bow. Take it.
Found a rope. Oil
Take it.
can.
I have a feeling this is going to end up like Resident Evil, where you have like a limited
Oh, you
inventory.
have to use the oil can on the lantern in your inventory.
Oh. No. And now it's an empty oil can.
I can
Thanks,
only
Deb.
assume that he drank it.
Reload!
Oh no! Well, I mean, you're sunk now, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, it said I had 50 in the oil can. That was a creepy sound. Also, that floor is gonna give out.
Yeah, they say don't step on the weird floor.
Yeah. Like, that is so obviously going to give out.
Yeah.
It's locked.
The freaking fluff is that? No. I'm not okay
Ooh.
with that. Anyway, I mean, this is where Debbie becomes a little mean. You honestly need to play more of this game to determine if it's garbage.
The problem is that it's not complete garbage.
Okay, do you remember how you'd chew me out for continuing to play games that were frustrating and stupid because they weren't complete garbage? And there was something redeemable about them?
Yes.
Hot meat kettle.
Okay, I'm not hating this game yet.
Yet. You need to get there though, because that's kind of my thing. I feel like a lot of people have this feeling of, I owe it to the people who made this game or this movie or this book or whatever.
It's not an owing.
Like it.
It's not an owing thing. Oh, crud. It's not an owing thing. It's I really like I really like certain aspects of this, and I'm not willing quite yet to give up on it.
Okay. What aspects are good?
The artwork, for one.
But like the gameplay though.
Yeah, the gameplay isn't great.
Because that's kind of my thing. A lot of people, they kind of excuse certain games because, well, it's pretty. I like the look of it. And it's like, yeah, but like, it's a game. It's not a picture. And so if it's annoying to play, does it really matter if it's good to look at? That's why people were shocked at how low I ranked.
I mean, look at that. That was so cool. Like, for the early 90s?
No, I'm not arguing.
Oh, I think
that,
I died.
Yeah. I'm not arguing that it's what isn't a technological like milestone or whatever. But I'm saying, is it fun? Because in my world, why would you spend time playing a game that isn't fun? There's so many unfun things you can do.
I don't know. I think...
Oh, it's so ugly.
I think I'm going to keep this and give it like an honest playthrough some other day. Because this I got from a garage sale where I got just a bunch of old games. And so playing it here was sort of me just trying to figure out whether or not to keep it. But I don't know. The artwork really called to me. Especially that whole death, the death scene.
Well, if you never figure out how to run, you'll be able to see it a whole lot more.